My beloved soul, pause where you are. This is no ordinary moment. This is a divine encounter, a sacred whisper from the heavens meant for you alone. Archangel Michael speaks today with a message so pressing, so intimately yours, that it could only have reached you now, on the cusp of April 16, 2025. Do not scroll past. Do not turn away. This is not a coincidence, it's a celestial summons, and your spirit is being called to rise. Tomorrow, April 16th, the unseen realms are stirring. Michael declares, I've been reaching for you, my child, through dreams that lingered, through moments that chilled your skin, through whispers you felt but couldn't name. Now, I speak with thunder, for time is short, and you must hear this before the window closes. This message isn't for the world, nor for the fleetingly curious. It's for you, your quiet struggles, your hidden tears, your unspoken prayers, the nights you wondered if anyone saw you breaking. Heaven has seen every fracture, and now, the veil is parting. There are murmurs circling you, voices weaving through shadows you can't yet see. Footsteps echo in places you've never walked, and your name has been spoken in rooms you weren't meant to enter. Someone you held close, whose voice once felt like home, has carried your story into spaces it didn't belong. They thought their secrets were safe, buried in darkness, but heaven has caught every word, and what was meant to dim your flame is about to spark a fire that will light your path. Michael says, you've sensed it, haven't you? That restless pull, that quiet ache telling you something's shifting. You're not imagining things. You're not chasing shadows. Your soul was crafted to feel truths others overlook, to hear the pulse of what's coming before it arrives. Tomorrow, April 16th, a revelation will unfold, and not with noise, but with a clarity so piercing it will slice through every doubt you've carried. A truth will step forward. A facade will crack. A door you thought was sealed will begin to open. And you, dear one, stand at the center of it all. You've borne burdens that didn't belong to you. You've poured your heart into hands that let it slip. You've stood in spaces where your voice was drowned, yet you kept shining, even when it burned. Michael proclaims, that chapter is closing. The days of bending to fit others' molds are done. You were chosen not just to survive, but to soar higher, stronger, more radiant than they ever dared dream. Blessings you've waited for, held back by battles you didn't start, are breaking free. They're not just coming, they're rushing to you, and they're greater than you've imagined. Why has your heart felt so heavy? Why have the nights stretched long, the questions grown sharp? It's not a curse, it's a forging. Heaven has been shaping something unyielding within you. The betrayals, the silences, the moments you felt unseen, they weren't accidents. They were sculpting a strength to carry what's ahead, a rise so brilliant it will hush every tongue that tried to quiet you. You're not who you were a year ago, not even who you were last week. That unsettles those who banked on your old self for the one they thought they could shape, silence, or sideline. But you're not sidelined anymore. This message is for the part of you that's still trembling, still hoping, still daring to believe when the world says stop. If your pulse quickens, if your soul stirs with a strange familiarity, this is yours. You were born to shatter chains that have bound your lineage for lifetimes. You're the one rewriting tales of fear into sagas of courage, faith, and liberation. You're the first spark after a darkness that seemed eternal, the dawn your ancestors prayed for. Your tears haven't been lost, they've watered a future that's sprouting now, ready to bloom. Michael says, you're not foolish for feeling what you feel. You're not wrong for sensing something's amiss. Your spirit was gifted to see beyond the veil, to catch whispers of truth others miss. Tomorrow, April 16th, what you've felt will begin to show itself. Names will slip into conversations you weren't meant to hear. Eyes that judged you will falter, confused by your resilience. They tried to bend you, to push you down, but something sacred held them back. Something ancient, something unstoppable, stands beside you now, murmuring, "Fear not. Your hour has come." You've loved when it was heavy. You've forgiven when it stung. You've risen when every fiber of you begged to stay down. And that's why heaven is moving for you. Doors are swinging wide where others nailed them shut. Words you ached to hear are echoing in the spirit, reaching you in ways your mind can't yet hold. Someone, somewhere, is lifting your name in prayer, their voice breaking with the weight of your battles. Not everyone who left meant to wound you. Some were swept away by their own fears, and they still pause when your memory crosses their heart. Their absence wasn't your flaw, it was their limit. This isn't just about what swirls around you, it's about what's awakening within you. A cracking open, a reclaiming of who you were before the world taught you to shrink. You're remembering what it feels to dream without chains, to love without walls, to walk without seeking permission. That warmth in your chest? It's not cozy, it's your destiny, roaring louder than your doubts, fiercer than your fears. Michael says, you don't need another sign. You are the sign. Your life is proof that heaven speaks through pain, through grace, through redemption. Someone you trusted broke a promise they swore was sacred. That betrayal left a scar, but it also lit a spark, a voice, a fire, a knowing that's now outshining the hurt. You're not what they labeled you. You're not your stumbles, your losses, or their whispers. You're what heaven calls you, beloved, chosen, unstoppable. Tomorrow, April 16th, will offer a glimpse of why you've walked this path, or why the delays, the heartaches, the detours. They weren't to break you, they were to guard you, to guide you to truths that won't falter, to people who see your worth. God speaks now, only once in this message, you are not late. You haven't missed your time. You're being placed where you belong, hidden for a purpose, preserved for a season that begins now. Tomorrow, April 16th, the spiritual tides will turn. If you're awake, if you're listening, you'll feel it, a shift in your step, a clarity in your vision. Don't rush to prove it. Don't plead for others to see. Your breakthrough doesn't need their chisel, it needs your faith. This is the kind of breakthrough that rewrites legacies. It doesn't just restore what was stolen, it brings what you were always destined to hold. It silences lies and lets truth blaze. Every night you wept, heaven counted it. Every stumble, heaven steadied you. Every plea for one more sign led to this moment, this video, this call to rise. Before the window narrows, before the quiet returns, you're being invited into a truth so mighty it will unravel every falsehood in its path. Masks will slip tomorrow. Illusions will crumble. Those who smiled while scheming will be seen for who they are. And your light, raw, divine, unshakably will shine brighter than ever. Someone you love knelt last night, their soul heavy with words they couldn't speak. Their tears reached the heavens, and now a wave of grace is surging for you. You were never forgotten, never invisible. You were meant to outgrow the spaces that tried to cage you. Michael pleads, I've called to you in dreams, in fleeting chills, in moments you couldn't explain. Now, I'm shouting, tomorrow, April 16th, open your heart. See what's before you before it fades. This isn't fear speaking, it's love, cloaked in urgency. Your destiny waits, not next year, not when all is perfect, but now. With the questions, the trembling, the hope. You don't need to be flawless, you need to be ready. Your life has never been small, even when it felt that way. The nights you stared into the dark, wrestling with why, were written in eternity's book. You thought no one saw how close you came to breaking, but you were seen. You were held. You were kept from falling by forces mightier than you knew. Through every storm, a vow was woven over you, a promise that you'd rise, not just to endure, but to radiate. You've questioned why trust shattered, why love faded, why your all wasn't enough. Hear this, you're not being punished, you're being positioned. Delays weren't denials, they were divine crafting, shaping something so perfect it will feel like it was always yours. Doors that slammed shut are creaking open. Words you longed for are finding you. Someone praise your name with reverence, their heart aching for your journey. You're not alone, your story is being told in celestial councils, guarded by a love fiercer than any foe. Tomorrow, April 16th, the tide turns. You've dreamed strangely, haven't you? Felt unseen eyes, caught shifts others brushed off. That's your spirit awakening, ready for what's next. A helper is coming, as someone heaven has stirred to meet you at the perfect hour. Don't question it, receive it. Every kindness you gave without thanks, every effort unseen, every choice to stay soft when the world hardened, it's all returning, multiplied. You're moving from forgotten to remembered, from sidelined to celebrated. But don't look back, the past has no fresh wisdom. Ahead is where your soul thrives, where peace dwells, where truth beckons. This is your time to honor what stirs you, to step away from what dims you, to embrace what ignites you. You're not being pushed, you're being freed. Your story isn't over. Your miracle isn't late. Every tear has fed a harvest now rising. Don't stop here, you've fought too hard. Angels are cheering, heaven is watching, and your spirit knows, tomorrow, April 16th, something sacred is breaking open. Open it now. Say yes. You're ready. But there's more, beloved. This isn't just a memento, it's a turning point, a hinge in time where your past and future meet. You've carried questions so heavy they bent your shoulders. Why did they leave? Why did it hurt so much? Why did the path twist when you walked it with faith? Michael says, those questions weren't meant to haunt you, they were meant to guide you. Every why has led you here, to a truth that will set you free. You've walked through valleys others would have fled. You've held hope when it cut like glass. You've loved through betrayal, forgiven through pain, believed through silence. That's not weakness, or that's power, the kind that shifts destinies. Tomorrow, April 16th, you'll begin to see why. A conversation will spark. A memory will surface, a sign will appear as small, perhaps, but unmistakable. It'll be the first thread in a tapestry heaven's weaving, one that will wrap you in purpose and peace. Someone out there carries your name in their heart, not with malice, but with longing. They've watched you from afar, praying for your strength, your healing, your moment to shine. They may be a stranger, a friend you've lost, or a soul tied to you across lifetimes. Their prayers are fuel for what's coming, a breakthrough that doesn't just change your day, but your direction. It's not about wealth alone, or fame, or fleeting winds. It's about standing in a truth so solid, no storm can shake it. Michael warns, the world will try to distract you tomorrow. It'll pull at your attention, tempt you to doubt. But you must stay open, stay still, stay ready. You've felt the weight of others' expectations, haven't you? The pressure to be what they wanted, to stay where they felt safe. But you weren't born for their comfort, you were born for heaven's purpose. That purpose is waking now, stretching its wings, ready to carry you where small minds can't follow. You've lost pieces of yourself along the way, dreams you shelved, hopes you buried, parts of your heart you locked away. Michael says, those pieces aren't gone. They're waiting, and tomorrow, you'll start to find them. A song, a word, a glance from a stranger, it'll remind you of who you were before the world weighed you down. That's not chance, it's divine timing, calling you back to your truest self. There's a story in your bones, one your soul's been whispering since you were small. It's about courage, about love that doesn't quit, about a light that burns even in the darkest hours. You've doubted it, haven't you? Wondered if it was real, if you were enough. Hear this, you are more than enough. You're a vessel of divine fire, a carrier of healing, a breaker of cycles that have chained your lineage too long. Tomorrow, April 16th, that story begins to unfold in ways you can't yet predict. Someone betrayed you, and it left a wound deeper than you've admitted. Their words, their silence, their choices, so they cut you, and you've carried that scar quietly. But Michael says, that wound is not your shame, it's your strength. It taught you to see clearly, to love wisely, to rise fiercely. Tomorrow, a piece of that pain will loosen its grip. You'll feel it, a lightness, a breath you didn't know you were holding. That's heaven working, mending what was broken, preparing you for what's whole. You've been dreaming differently lately, images that linger, feelings that cling when you wake. A face, a place, a door you couldn't open. Those aren't random, they're messages, coded in your spirit. Tomorrow, one of those dreams will make sense. A detail will click, a connection will form. Don't dismiss it, leaning. It's a breadcrumb on the path to your purpose, a clue to the treasure heaven's hidden for you. There's a helper coming, someone whose heart heaven has stirred. You may not know them yet, but they're already moving toward you, drawn by a force they can't name. They'll carry a word, a chance, a kindness that fits your need like a key in a lock. Don't close your heart to them, even if they seem unlikely. Heaven doesn't work in straight lines, it weaves in surprises, in strangers who feel like family, in moments that feel like fate. You've given so much without reward, a love without thanks, effort without praise, kindness without return. Michael says, it's all been seen, and it's all coming back. Tomorrow, April 16th, watch for a sign of that return, a gesture, a message, a shift that feels too perfect to be chance. It's the first ripple of a wave that will bring back what you've sown, multiplied beyond your imagining. You're stepping from shadows to light, from being overlooked to being sought out, from silence to song. But Michael warns, don't cling to what's behind you. The past has taught you, but it can't hold you. Let go of the voices that doubted you, the hands that pushed you away. Ahead is where your soul belongs, where joy lives, where truth breathes, where you're free to be all you were made to be. This is your season to say yes to yourself. To trust the fire in your gut, to honor the dreams you've kept secret, to walk away from what steals your peace. You're not being tested, you're being trusted, trusted to carry a light that will guide others, to speak a truth that will heal, to live a story that will inspire. Tomorrow, April 16th, that trust becomes clearer. A moment will come, a call, a feeling, a chance here, and you'll know it's yours to take. Your story isn't finished. Your miracle isn't late. Every tear has fed a harvest now breaking ground. Don't pause now, you've come too far. Angels are singing, heaven is leaning in, and your spirit feels it. Tomorrow, April 16th, something holy is unfolding. Open your heart. Say yes. You're ready. Lift your gaze. Release the weight. Forgive what needs forgiving, even yourself. Prepare. Your name is echoing in heaven, and what's coming is yours alone. This is your divine hour. Don't let it slip. God's blessings to you.